Hello dear students, today we are going to learn 15 new idioms. Gut feeling.
I don't know, gut feeling.
I don't know, gut feeling.
Don't you mean gut feeling?
A personal intuition you get, especially when you feel that something may not be right. Despite all the logical arguments, her gut feeling told her to trust her instinct and follow a different path. Haste makes waste.
After all, haste makes waste.
I'm just gonna put haste makes waste.
Haste makes haste.
Quickly doing things results in a poor ending. Rushing through the project without proper planning only led to mistakes and reward, proving once again that haste makes waste. Have an axe to grind.
And if you have an axe to grind, WikiLeaks.
He may have had an axe to grind with Allison, but which one?
I have a small axe to grind.
To have a dispute with someone. It became evident during the meeting that he did not just offer his opinion, clearly had an axe to grind against the new policy.
He hastily packed his bags for the trip, only to realize later that he forgot several essential items, an unfortunate reminder that his warned him against accepting the offer, even though it seemed promising on the surface. His relentless criticism of the project suggested he, perhaps stemming from past disagreements, ignoring her, proved to be a mistake, as it turned out to be an accurate prediction of the outcome. In her eagerness to finish the assignment quickly, she overlooked important details, illustrating the timeless truth that she always seems to find fault with his work, leading many to believe sometimes, it's best to rely on your, as it can often sense things that the mind cannot explain. The company's decision to launch the product prematurely resulted in numerous product recalls and financial losses, serving as a poignant example of how the politician's accusations seemed unfounded until it became apparent he, with his opponent,
He lost his head.
He lost his head.
Oh, chummy, he lost his head once.
Cheese and crust! He's lost his head!
Angry and overcome by emotions. When the pressure mounted during the presentation, he lost his head and began stumbling over his word, head over heels.
I fell head over heels.
And I fell head over heels in love.
All at Springfield fell head over heels for Lisa.
Very excited and joyful, especially when in love. After their first date, she was head over heels in love with him, unable to stop thinking about him. Hell in a handbasket.
And everything goes to hell in a handbasket.
You said something about hell in a handbasket?
Deteriorating and headed for complete disaster. The company's finances went to hell in a handbasket after the CEO's reckless spending spree.
facing a sudden crisis at work, he made impulsive decisions without considering the consequences. He fell for the new hobby, spending all his free time immersed in it. In the heat of the argument, he said things he later regretted. Instead of staying calm during the emergency, he panicked, causing further chaos. Once the rumors started spreading, the office environment went to, with trust eroding among colleagues. The peaceful neighborhood turned into, after the construction of a noisy factory nearby. The political situation in the country seemed to be going to, with scandals and corruption becoming the norm. They were in debt after overspending on unnecessary luxuries. Upon seeing her childhood crush again, she felt all over again, butterflies swirling in her stomach.
High five.
High five! High five!
Slapping palms above each other's head as celebration gesture. After winning the championship, the teammates exchanged high fives, celebrating their victory. High on the hog.
High on the hog when the rain. You're living too high on the hog.
I quit living high on the hog.
Living in luxury. After receiving promotion, he began living high on the hog, indulging in luxury vacations and expensive dinners. Hit the books.
Gotta hit the books, you hit the books.
Hit the box!
Then we hit the books.
To study, especially for a test or for an exam. With exams approaching, it's time to hit the book and start studying.
As they reached the mountain peak, the climbers shared proud of their accomplishment. Despite their struggles in the past, they now live, enjoying the finer things in life. If you want to pass the test, you'll need to and review the material thoroughly. Instead of going out with friends, he decided to stay home and determined to improve his grades. She greeted her friend with a excited about the good news they had to share. She's been all week preparing for her upcoming presentation. The students gave each other as they aced their final exams, relieved that their hard work paid off. Winning the lottery allowed them to surrounded by opulence and extravagance. With their newfound wealth, they lived, purchasing a lavish mansion and luxury cars.
Hit the hay.
Do before hitting the hay?
Let's hit the hay.
To go to bed. After a long day of work, I cannot wait to hit the hay and get some rest. To hit the nail on the head.
Hit the nail on the head.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head.
To do something exactly right, or say something exactly right. During the brainstorming session, Sarah hit the nail on the head with her suggestion for a new marketing strategy. Hit the sack.
Hit the sack.
I'm hitting the sack.
Hit the sack, Jack!
To go to bed. After a long day of hiking, I was ready to hit the sack.
After finishing my work for the day, I'm going to early and catch up on sleep. As soon as the clock struck midnight, I knew it was time to and get some much-needed rest. His analysis of the problem. Identifying the root cause of the issue. It's getting late, so I think it's time to and recharge for tomorrow. Once the party winds down, I'll and catch up on sleep. The camping trip wore us out, and we were all ready to. As soon as we got back to our tents, the comedian's joke about office politics really and had the audience laughing in recognition. The detective's hunch proved true when he discovered the missing evidence in the suspect's apartment. The party was fun, but now it's time to and recharge for tomorrow.
Hold your horses.
Hold your horses, hold your horses.
Hold your horses. Hold your horses, okay?
Hold your horses.
Be patient. Before you make any decision, hold your horses and think it through carefully. Icing on the cake.
The icing on the cake.
The icing on the cake. The icing on the cake after.
When you already have it good and get something on top of what you already have. Winning the championship was great, but receiving the MVP award was the icing on the cake for the star player. Idle hands are the devil's tool.
Idle hands are the devil's work.
In the meantime, idle hands are the devil's.
Idle hands.
You're more likely to get in trouble if you have nothing to do. With summer vacation approaching, your parents warned her that idle hands are the devil's tool and encouraged her to find productive activities to fill her time.
After retiring, he decided to start volunteering at the local community center, believing that and wanting to stay active and engaged. Before you start panicking, and let's assess the situation calmly. Getting a promotion at work was fantastic, but the salary raise was. Growing up in a small town, the elders often reminded the youth that emphasizing the importance of staying busy with constructive tasks. We need to wait for everyone to arrive before we start the meeting. The trip to Paris was already amazing, but witnessing the Eiffel Tower light up at night was. The wedding was beautiful, and the surprise performance by their favorite band was for the newlyweds. When her friend started rushing her, she told him to and give her some time to get ready. Whenever he found himself with nothing to do, he remembered the saying that motivating him to pursue his hobbies and interests.
Thank you for watching the video. Bye bye.